Hi, welcome back to Tea Time with Allie and
Angelique.
We're so glad you're here today joining us. So
Let's read tea bags.
let's read tea bags. I guess I'll go first since your tea is on the table.
It's hot.
Love is the ultimate law of life.
Gross.
I don't know if it's a law, but you know, whatevs.
Gross.
What did you say?
I don't know. I'm too busy laughing. Friendship is a sheltering tree. Samuel Taylor Coolidge. Are we sheltering each other in a tree?
I don't know. I wouldn't put you in a tree.
I wouldn't shelter you under a tree either.
Yeah.
I feel like that
Seems
dangerous.
Hi, Shiloh.
Hi, Shiloh.
She's gonna mess with those very beautiful pumpkins you put up there.
Of course she is.
Alright, so this episode is gonna be a little different than normal.
It's gonna be super fun because I love Halloween. It's my favorite. Probably not my top favorite, but it's definitely up there. And Allie, holiday, of course.
Well, you didn't say holiday, you just said favorite.
Well, it's my favorite everything, okay? Allie, not so much.
So I've had a lot of conflict of heart about Halloween
As of late.
in the past year or so, just because of I don't want to open myself up to anything. And
Which
I feel
is
like
understandable.
Halloween definitely teeters the line. And I know there are I know there are historical parts of Halloween that aren't really celebrated anymore. I know that. So Angelique did research, and she's gonna try to convince me to like Halloween. Is basically what we're doing here.
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just gonna point out all the Catholic origins of Halloween and see if that helps. So, I know that everyone has probably heard the old adage that Halloween was a pagan holiday, and
Can I pause 1 second?
yes.
I want to say that the word holiday, if you break it down into its roots, means holy day.
Absolutely.
So anything that you call a holiday should technically have some type of holy aspect to it. Sorry, pause.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
a jerk
it's
and I
fine.
interrupt.
I mean, I wouldn't say you're a jerk, but yes.
No, I'm a jerk.
You're right. Anyway, continuing. Halloween, has often been called a pagan holiday or a pagan ritual day, and it is not. Actually, the origin of Halloween is actually Catholic. It's Catholic origins, Allie. I'm really excited. I know you know. It's actually a vigil day for All Saints, which is obvious because it's the day before. Halloween was originally called All Hallows Eve. And this time of year was called All Hallowtide, which is fun to say. And Halloween, broken down, Hallow is holy, and Een is a shortening for evening. So Halloween was originally a holy evening. So Halloween is traditionally the very first day of All Hallowtide, which is the time of the year when Catholics, hold on, let me read it directly from this because I'm not going to remember all of the words. Don't judge me, I know. It's the time of the year when the church militant, that's the living members on earth, honor the church triumphant, that's the members in heaven, and the church suffering, that's all the members in purgatory. So, All Hallowtide was originally a 3-day, traditional, set to remember the church triumphant in heaven, as well as the church suffering in purgatory. So, keep that in your brains.
I just want to pause right there for a second because in my podcast episode where I gave my personal story, I would literally say, keep that in your brain. It'll be important later. And that's a teacher thing.
It is a teacher thing.
You should listen to that episode. Not actually, don't. I don't want you to.
We definitely say that to our kids all the time. So that's a teacher thing that just came
It'll
out.
be an important tool we use later.
Yeah. And then we'll make the connection for you. It's fine. Teachers are weird.
Keep going. Keep it in your brain.
Keep it. Anyway, Halloween traditions actually come from our like traditional ways of celebrating Halloween come from 3 different Catholic groups. The English Catholics, which gave us trick-or-treating, the Irish Catholics, which gave us ghosts and ghouls, as well as a forgotten tradition, which I think we should bring back because it's just really fun, and the French Catholics, which are the reason we dress up in costume. So let's start back with the English Catholics. So they gave us trick-or-treating because of Guy Fawkes, which if you don't know who he is, I'm gonna tell you. So, I'm having too much fun.
We should do more episodes where you tell me things.
This is
fun.
The best time. Anyway, so Guy Fawkes was an English Catholic. He was actually a convert to Catholicism. And from the 1500s to the 1700s, Catholics in England were not allowed to own property. They weren't allowed to, like, have any rights. Like, they didn't get votes. They didn't get, like, representation. Nothing. In fact, if you were caught attending a Catholic mass, you were jailed or fined. And all Catholics were heavily taxed by the government.
That's a bummer.
So bummer. It's gonna be my new thing because it was not what I meant to say, but it's what I said instead. So such a bummer is what I meant to say.
No, I like so bummer.
So bummer. So on November 5th of 1605, the Catholics were organizing a like rebellion, and they had like a stockpile of ammunition and gunpowder that they were gonna use to basically bomb Parliament. But they were found out because, you know, can't really get away with stuff like that for long. And when the government officials came to where the storehouse was, there was only one guy guarding it at the time, and that was Guy Fawkes, in case you didn't know. And so, of course, he was tried and hung because, you know, A, he was Catholic, which wasn't allowed, and B, he was kind of helping in a rebellion.
The
Catholics. So, November 5th became a national holiday, well, originally just for the Catholics, but it spread out real quick because it's fun. Where in Britain, they would like go to specifically Catholic people's houses and demand beer and cakes in the middle of the night on November 5th as a way of like remembering Guy Fawkes for his death.
We go and demand beer and cake on November 5th.
I'm in. We have friends we can visit and be like, hello, beer and cake. Because you had to go to a Catholic's house in the original.
How many people are going to come to our house?
We won't be here.
Never mind.
We won't be here.
We're not participating in this.
We're not participating in Guy Fawkes Day,
We
unfortunately.
don't have beer at our house.
So Guy Fawkes Day went to America with the colonists, and by the point that it got to America, the real like reason we celebrate Guy Fawkes, like the Guy Fawkes story, was lost. They forgot all of that, but they kept the trick-or-treating concept of it. And after a few years, it went from being November 5th and it moved to October 31st, which is Halloween.
Oh, is that when Halloween is?
That's Halloween. But in America, trick-or-treating was widespread. Everybody did it. It wasn't like specifically Catholics. And then, so we're gonna move on.
It's lame. It's like people culturally appropriating St. Patrick's Day.
Yep. We'll talk about that later.
It's a secret tool we'll use later. Keep going.
All right, and then we'll go back. Now we're gonna move on to the Irish Catholics, and they gave us ghosts and ghouls. And the ghosts and ghouls originally represented the inevitable death that we all faced. So let's pause there. Ghosts and ghouls, inevitable death.
by fire.
And our need to pray for those who are stuck in purgatory so that they could join the church triumphant in heaven. So that was why they were there. They were there to remind us to pray for those in purgatory. They also had this really fun tradition that when I read about, I was like, we should bring that back. Where they used to get pots and pans and bang on them really loudly to remind the friends in hell. That sounds really bad. I'm a teacher, friends. Those who were stuck in hell, exiled to hell, that they were not forgotten by us on earth. Like, we remember that they exist down in hell, so they would bang the pots and pans loudly, I guess, as a way to remind them that we know they're there.
And this is something you want to do?
Absolutely! We should walk around with pots and pans and just bang on Halloween. You guys in? I'm in. Let's do it.
This Tuesday.
Catch me in the front yard
Angelique.
banging pots and pans.
Banging pots and pans.
It'll be fun. I think everyone should do it. It's really fun for the kids. The kids would have so much fun banging on pots and pans. I'm just saying, we should just bring it back. Anyway, and then lastly, the French Catholics gave us costumes. They gave us the fun of dressing up in costumes. However, originally, the costumes weren't meant to be fun. They were meant to remind us the people who have passed, as well as they originally only dressed up in costumes from various states in life. So like children costumes and worker costumes and old people costumes, and they would do that. But on All Souls Day, they would wear their costumes, and then it moved to Halloween when they immigrated to America. So the cool thing about Halloween is not only is it a Catholic holiday, it's an American holiday. It's one of the few holidays that got big because of the immigration to America and the mixing of cultures. So when the French and the Irish immigrants in the 1700s came to America and they started to intermarry and share their traditions, that's whenever we had trick-or-treating, and they added in the ghosts and the ghouls, as well as they added in the costumes for the trick-or-treating, and that's when Halloween became the fun holiday that it is. But that's not to say that we should forget that Halloween is a holy evening meant to remind the church militant here on earth to pray for the church suffering in purgatory, as well as to remember and commemorate the church triumphant in heaven. So, what do you think?
So, again, I'd like to say that it's not the holy origins
know.
behind Halloween that I don't like and that I worry about. It's the amount of, I think, I don't know how to say this without being controversial.
The commercialization of Halloween.
Yeah, it's like there are so many things that people just make excuses for to do on Halloween that are sinful. And they're like, it's Halloween. I can do this because it's Halloween. I'm not myself on Halloween. I dressed up as somebody else. And I know that that's wrong to say, or people think it's wrong to say. And then like the making cute of like scary, like things that like shouldn't be cute. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
And
no,
so
I don't disagree.
I don't hate that people go out and like carve pumpkins. I think they're cute. I don't hate like Halloween itself. I don't like how it's become not a holy day.
Fair enough. And if you're celebrating Halloween, you should be considering it and thinking about it as the holy day that it is. It's
yeah, and if you're dressing up, think about the things you're dressing up as.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go any further than that, but think about the things you're dressing up as. It's important.
Be French. Dress up like various stages of life.
Well, if you ever went to, most Catholic schools do this, I think, but if you ever went to like a Catholic school, on All Souls Day, they would have like a saint parade at the one I went to for 2 years.
That's fun.
Where we would dress up like saints and parade around the parking lot.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I found this really cool quote, and I'm going to read it to you because I think it's really cool. It says, "Saints give us hope that we too may one day enter into the kingdom of heaven." So, that was a really cool quote, and that's a really good thing to think about as we go into All Saints Day and All Souls Day. They're leading us to heaven.
Yeah.
They're showing us how they did it. Pay attention to their lives.
They're important. So we're gonna be doing our little bubblegum thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you forgot, didn't you? You got so excited. It's so fun whenever she gets excited about like things that she learns because she gets like super chatty about it.
I did have so much fun researching for this topic, and I do think we should do this again, but only because I had so much fun.
Part of her birthday present every year is that she gets to decorate for Halloween on her birthday. Like she gets to start decorating because she would decorate September 1st for Halloween if I let her.
Yeah, I would. I'm not even gonna deny it. It's
Yeah.
so much fun.
So on her birthday, I always say she gets to decorate for Halloween. It's part of her birthday present.
And it's a good part. So
Yeah.
I hope you learned something new.
So this is kind of a long one, but if you're interested in joining us for our bubblegum challenge thing, join us in the
tuned.
next part. If not, keep striving for likeness. Right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think it's don't forget to strive.
Don't
for
forget
likeness.
to strive for likeness.
Don't forget.
I forget the thing every time and I came up with it.
Yep.
Okay, join us in the next part or not. We'll see you next
soon.
time.
Bye.
Hey y'all, it's us again.
If you were expecting anyone else, you were sorely mistaken.
Yeah, this is called Tea Time with Allie and Angelique. Nobody else.
Nobody else. Anyway, so we're doing the double bubble challenge.
Check out our fish bowl.
The bubble double challenge.
I should get a fish.
This bowl's not big enough to actually
I
have
know.
a fish live. But
Darn.
it'd be fun
I want a
for
fish.
you to kill it in a couple of days because
Hey!
it's not a big enough bowl.
What if I get a fish tank?
Ooh, I'd get fish with you. I like goldfish. We had goldfish when I was growing up
That's
for
gonna
like
fall.
10 years. That's where I got it from. That's
No,
where it
it's-
was
I
originally.
picked it up and it was on a flat surface.
You need to stop fighting with me.
I never do. Thank you. I've always wanted a pumpkin on my head.
I know you did. That's why I gave it to you. All
Are
right.
we only in week 3 of this?
We are only in week 3 of this.
Holy
scratched you, I'm so
guacamole.
sorry.
That's okay.
We are only
I
in week
forgive
3, but that just means we only have 5 weeks left.
This one's not as bad as the Tootsie
No.
Roll Pop one.
I would do this one for
17
longer than 5
months.
weeks. Yeah, 17 months. I don't know. It was a thing.
That's the number that came to my head, so that's the one that I said. Oh, we're starting with the...
We're starting. Well, I was gonna say it out loud, but then I didn't get there.
Okay.
We're starting with the original this week because
original.
I don't know if we've decided so much as I've decided that we're gonna go back and forth between your least favorite and my least favorite.
Oh, okay.
For first.
That seems fair.
It seems like a good fair
Yeah.
thing. So we're starting with the original double bubble. Ready? Go.
Apple. You should pull up your timer. Yo.
You're being really ballsy tonight for somebody who's not doing any of the work.
Great.
It's great to meet you.
You've met me so many times. Like walking into the hallway to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
It's always great to meet you.
It's always great when you make a joke. I just said it was great when you make a joke.
Sarcastically.
No, that was totally not sarcastic. I'm never sarcastic.
Anyway, go. Alright, and last but not least, everybody's favorite, watermelon. I don't know why I said it so
Watermelon!
aggressively. Watermelon.
Watermelon!
It's a watermelon! It's another watermelon! Hold on. It passed. Oh, I hate that. I needed to sneeze and it went away. I'm gonna sneeze at random and it's gonna make me mad. Oh.
But
Tonight's totals. Original, 306 for Allison, 354 for me. Apple, 338 for Allison, 330 for me. Grape, 339 for Allie, 254 for me. And watermelon, 330 for Allie, and 310 for Angelique. So tune in next week to see if anything changes. Huh. The watermelon lasted longer today than it did either of the other 2 times.
you gonna close us out, Angelique?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. All right. Like, share, subscribe, comment, please. We're dying to hear what you guys think of us. Well, not of us, but like of what we're saying to you. Hit the notification bell so you can always know whenever we post things, because with the Rosary Month, we're posting at random, although it's over basically, but still.
Is it over? Or do we have one more?
I said basically.
Oh.
October's nearly done.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. We're gonna find other things to pray because we actually enjoy praying with you guys. If you could, please go listen to the podcast. There's at least, 60 something episodes?
60 now.
60 something episodes?
We were at 52 in July, so.
Oh, so it's like 70 episodes, 70 something episodes at this point. Just binge it. Binge it. There's lots to hear. There's fun things going on.
Listen to our episodes.
We do have episodes there.
And
we have taken over
episodes. I guess they're pretty good too.
Do that for us because you know what? We are dying to be YouTuber influencers. So please help us on our journey.
Did you say YouTube Gram influencers?
I said YouTube influencers.
I heard YouTube Gram influencers.
I don't know what a YouTube Gram is.
I don't either. That's why I was confused.
No, because I don't use the Instagram, so I wouldn't have said
You
Gram.
don't use the Gram?
I don't use the Gram.
What a lame.
Allie is in charge of the Common Sense Catholic Facebook and Instagram. You should go follow there because there's also fun things there too.
Check out those Teaser Tuesday memes.
Teaser Tuesdays. So, you know, if you want to comment, we're willing to read it. So, bye guys. We'll see you next week.